Hello you plonkers and welcome back to another video on the Druzy channel. We're back, sitting down in my room. It's been a minute since I've filmed one of these videos. The finals are coming and that means Druzy content is flying out the wazoo. It's been a while since I've made some dedicated footy content and I apologise. I haven't forgot about yous, I've just been busy with things. But finals are coming up, so I'm going to give my finals predictions. I'm going to walk through every round as I predict will happen and we'll see what happens. If these predictions aren't what you think, let me know. Don't get hostile in the comments, just have a good laugh, yeah? Again, the Dockers didn't make the finals. Again, that's alright. We're going to win the flag next year, so it'll make up for it. And we'll break the spell of no premierships under Justin Longmuir, so don't worry about it. But without any further ado, let's get into the video. So, first versus fourth, Port versus Geelong. Now, how do I see this game going? I see Geelong beating Port, purely because when they played last time, Geelong just walked all over them. Tom Hawkins is one of the most informed forwards in the competition. I mean, how can you stop him? He's won the Coleman. I don't know, I don't think Port Adelaide have the calibre of defenders to defend Hawkins, Rowan, bloody Radagalia. Dangerfield can go forward as well, which he's been doing recently. He kicked like 3 goals straight on the weekend in like bloody 10 minutes or something. He's an absolute beast going forward. And I don't know, Port just don't have the star power. I know I need to put some more respect on Port's name. They beat Collingwood the other night very convincingly, but I just think Geelong just have too much class and they'll move forward into the prelim straight away, fourth beating first. Although I am backing the power in this final series, I do like the power. I have become fond of them from Anthony, but I'll be rooting for you, but I do think Geelong will win this game. The other top 4 clash is Brisbane versus Richmond, and if my Nuffy stats are correct, Brisbane haven't beaten Richmond at the Gabba since 2004 or something like that. Imagine not beating a team at your home ground and having the home ground advantage for bloody, 16 years. That's absolutely ludicrous. Yeah, I just think the experience of Richmond, they're just too OP, and that Gabba ground is so bloody short. Dusty will be inside mid, Koch, Shane Edwards will probably overrun the inexperience of the Brisbane midfield. I mean, they're not inexperienced, they're great players, but I just think the bigger bodied Tigers will come out on top in the forward line as well. Tommy Lynch, Jack Revolt, no Harris Andrews, and just those kicks from the midfield at the Gabba just go straight through the gullet. They get right there, right in there deep. So I think Richmond will win this one pretty convincingly, like they did last year. Then we go to the Saturday night game, West Coast versus Collingwood, and last time West Coast played Collingwood in Perth, Collingwood started out really well, looked very promising, and then bang, West Coast just turned on the Jets and absolutely walked away with it. And I think it'll be the same result. I think West Coast at home will have the advantage, obviously get to sleep in their own beds and they'll be happy coming home to their misses. They'll be bloody loving it. They'll have it all to play for. Collingwood will have to come over to Perth, isolate. They're not going to be liking it. And yeah, it's a big home ground advantage for the Eagles. They're very hard to beat in Perth. I hope they lose, but if not, I'm not too fussed. I'm going for the Pies in this game, obviously, but I just think Eagles at Optus are too OP, and they'll move through to the next round. In the last game of the first round, Bulldogs versus St Kilda. This one I can see going either way, but I'm going to put the Saints through. They played earlier on in the season, and the Saints won pretty convincingly. Brad Hill is an absolute gun. I'm happy for him that, you know, he's gone off and he's joined its side that's growing, and they've made a huge jump this year, so good on the Saints. Even though I'll give you a stick, I'll let you have this one. I reckon you'll get up over the Doggies, but this could go either way. So the second round of elimination finals, by my predictions, West Coast will play Port Adelaide, and that'll be in Adelaide. Now, West Coast are bloody good on Adelaide Oval, so this could be a tricky one. I think West Coast and Port are very evenly matched, and Eagles just seem to always get it done over there in Adelaide. It's a toughie. It's a real toughie, this one. I reckon Port get it done. My heart's telling me Port get it done and the Eagles flop out. The Eagles like a bit of flopping out. Eagles will probably win, but I'm going to put Port through just off my heart, saying I don't want the Eagles to make another prelim. Port are first on the ladder. I don't see them losing in straight sets. That's absolutely embarrassing. And there's a stat that says every team on the leap year that finished top of the ladder in the first round wins the finals or something like that. Not that that influences my prediction, but I'm going to go with the Port Adelaide power to go through and knock out the Eagles. Come on, lads. That means the second elimination final is St Kilda versus Brisbane. This game would be at the Gabba. They're just better than St Kilda, aren't they? Lachie Neale, Brownlow medalist, is going to have that St Kilda midfield for dinner. Jack Steele's had a great season, but, you know, Lockie Neal is just too OP. Hopefully Charlie Cameron can have a big final series. I'd love to see it. They're going to be at home against St Kilda. They're going to be comfortable in front of their home crowd, and they're going to sail through to a prelim. Come on, you Lions. So that gives us the Lions versus the Geelong Cats in the first prelim. Liba, that's a good game. That's a game that I want to watch. On paper, I think you'd say Geelong. I think they've got the star-studded list. Patrick Dangerfield, one of the best players off the generation, mate. He's absolutely unreal. Coleman medalist. I mean, it's hard to top that. But Geelong always seem to just flunk out in the prelim. They always seem to underperform in a prelim. So close so many times. They haven't made a grand final since Freo have. How embarrassing is that? And they've got one of the best lists in the comp. But I think this time will be different. They've got to do it at some point. And I think the Geelong Cats will kick out the Lions in their own backyard and progress to the grand final. Danger's first grand final. And boy, I really want to see Danger playing a grand final, because that is something that you tell your grandkids. And that means Richmond play Port Adelaide. And now this is a matchup nightmare for Richmond, because obviously they lost last time they played. God, this is a tough one. Do Richmond get over Port Adelaide after losing last time pretty convincingly? They've got a lot of players back. It's hard to tip against the top of the ladder, but I see there being a Geelong versus Richmond grand final. I'm sorry, that's how I see it. Hope that the Port Power get up. I hope Charlie Dixon just runs rampant. I just think the Richmond midfield outruns Travis Boak and bloody Tom Rockcliffe, Tommy Lynch, Jack Revolt. Hard to contain in the forward line. Martin, Koch, and bloody Edwards. You got other boys running through the middle there, but I think the Richmond midfield outplays the Port midfield. I reckon they'll contain Dixon in the back, and I reckon Richmond will go into their third grand final in 4 years. And it will be a grand final between Richmond and Geelong. Huge. Dusty versus Danger. Absolute matchup for the ages. This could be an absolute slugfest. High scoring as well on the Gabby, you'd think, with the shorter ground. I'm so keen for this grand final. Geelong just lost to Richmond a couple weeks ago pretty convincingly. It could be an absolute war. Will Danger show up in his first ever grand final? It's a tough one. It's a real toughie. Richmond had a higher ladder position and they're really in form, even though the Dockers nearly beat them, but we won't mention that. But I think the Richmond Tigers will come up on top, win 3 out of the last 4 flags, take home the premiership glory back to Victoria, where they can't celebrate, but they will enjoy it, the Tigerland Punt Road fans. And that'll make them a real dynasty, looking back on it. Like 3 premierships in 4 years, that's bloody good. That's going to wrap up today's video. All of the first round matches I'll be reacting to for a video, so that's something you can look forward to, I suppose. I'll be doing live reactions and recording it, chucking it in a vid, so if you want to know my response to each game, there it is in a video for you. Thanks for sticking around if you made it this far. If you liked the video, drop a like. If you disagree with anything, drop a dislike. I mean, don't do that. Drop a comment and tell me why. Thank you for the support as of recent. I appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, Plonkers.